I'm going to be talking today about how discipline is actually a form of self-love. But before I dive into that, I want to invite you to close your eyes and follow my voice for a little bit. Forget about your day or what's next. Just take a moment to go inward, be still. Notice what you're feeling in your body right now. Notice what your mind is saying as you observe your body. With your eyes still closed, make any movement to shift what you're feeling. Could be a stretch, a wiggle, a twist, whatever it is. Come back to stillness and notice if anything shifted, anything at all, even super subtle sensation. If you got any release, any insight from this, imagine someone in your life that could use that right now and send it to them. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. You just experienced the TLDR version, the Cliff's Notes of yoga. Yoga isn't just a series of pretzel shapes that we contort ourselves into in an effort to build flexibility and strength. Yoga is a system. It's a practice. It's a way of life. It's a disruption of our patterned ways of operating. It's a way of being in our body without being attached to the image or idea of what that is. Shedding restrictive identity and opening to potential. Here's the thing. I've always had an issue with authority, ever since I was little, even my own authority. Discipline has been my nemesis. But the white noise that fills my mind when I resist structure is overwhelming. As someone with ADHD, my mind is always feeding on indecision because it's stimulating. When a decision is made, the brain just looks for another problem to solve. But what if the problem isn't outside? What if the answer that I'm looking for is something that can only be found inside? Wayne Dyer actually has a story about this, and I don't know what you think about Wayne Dyer, but you can put that to the side for now and listen to the story. Just join me. Imagine you are in your house. It's nighttime. You're about to leave. You're holding your keys. All of a sudden, the lights go out, and it's pitch black. You drop your keys. You go fumbling around in the dark, looking for your keys, and you look out the window. You see that the street lights are on. And you think to yourself, I'll go outside and look for my keys out there where the light is. So you walk outside and you start digging around on the street for your keys. A neighbor comes over and they offer to help you look for your keys. The two of you are digging around for a while, and after a bit they say, "Where did you drop your keys?" And you say, "Inside." And they say, "Why are we looking out here?" This might sound ridiculous, going outside to look for your keys that you dropped inside. But we do this all the time. We go outside looking for a problem, to solve a problem that starts inside. Why do we do this? Our brains love confirmation bias. We are constantly looking for the answer to whatever it is that we've already decided is true. But through the practice of yoga, we start to see that our suffering isn't just out there waiting to be solved. The only true control we have begins within. Yoga teaches us to ride the wild stallion of our thought, emotion, and action. And through this practice, a world of possibility opens. True yoga is a discipline aimed at transformation. It teaches us how to break free from the mental habits that trap us in fear, pain, and confusion. It's the key that unlocks the cage that we didn't realize we were in. It points us towards liberation, not as some far-off mystical goal, but as achievable with discipline and guidance. A liberation that arises when we focus the mind long enough to witness the source of our reality. This takes discipline. But discipline doesn't mean shutting down or cutting ourselves off from flow. It's not a cage. It's more like a portal. It creates the conditions for freedom. So while the white noise of our unconscious minds limits our capacity to see clearly and restricts us from accessing compassion for others and for ourselves, yoga helps us see. It sharpens our focus, increases our compassion, and reveals the subtle ways we limit ourselves and others. It helps us to connect to the role we play in shifting the world around us from one of fear and pain to one of love. And when we begin to free ourselves, we instinctively begin to free others because our compassion grows. Yoga teaches us that when we help someone else achieve what we long for, we show our mind that it's possible to achieve that love is possible, that we are all worthy, even the difficult people, even the difficult parts of ourselves. Over the course of this training, I had the unique pleasure of experiencing old and new injuries arise and watching my mind create stories around them. But through the practice of yoga, I began to shift how I see these stories. I learned to zoom in, to notice the space between fear and preconception, and to glimpse into the potential that lives there. This practice has opened me to creative flow. I started to see life as a dance, sometimes quite literally in my underwear in my house. It's changed the way I look at problems. It's taught me to move in my body in a way that's about listening, not storytelling. Discipline doesn't restrict us. It gives us the capacity to see reality clearly. Because when we change the way we see the world around us changes. Yoga is like poetry. It invites you to experience something deeper than the postures, just like poetry invites you to see something beyond the words. Before I leave you, I wrote this down, and I had these cards because I felt a desire and an obligation to offer you all something about how moving this has really meant for me, and I was worried that I would forget the words. But the words that I say are not the thing that's going to transform your life or give you freedom. A 3x5 card is not going to free my mind or yours. If I can leave you with one thing, as I'm shaking, listen to the stories of your colleagues and your friends. See the transformation that they've experienced, and use that as the fuel to continue to meet discipline. Because discipline is the portal. Like Andre was saying yesterday, it's the thing that will ultimately crack your heart open so wide that you will be able to hold whatever the world throws at you. Thank you so much.